So I'm Deana. I've been a part of Tierra Nueva's jail ministry for the past year and a half, and I wanted to share with you what happened in jail last week as I visited the women. So this last Sunday, I really felt like my main role was to bear witness to how the women encourage each other in their faith. There were about 12 women in 3 different pods, and we were looking at the passage in John chapter 20 where Thomas has said that he cannot believe that Jesus is raised from the dead unless he touches the wounds in Jesus's hands and side. And for one of the women, this passage really triggered the loss of her baby. And I think it was just the visceral talking about wounds and death. Even though we were really talking about resurrection, for her, she was stuck on that loss. And there was another woman who I had talked with at the beginning of the time who it became pretty clear that she was very earnest in her faith and really wanting to grow. And when we went around to read, though, it was clear that she couldn't read. And so when the woman started sharing about the loss of her child and crying, this woman to my right who couldn't read just jumped right in and told the other woman how brave she was to share her loss, how this guilt and shame that she had been feeling over the loss of her baby was being brought out into the light, and that she was like Thomas in saying what she needed, and that was to have healing from this deep grief. And I really didn't say anything the whole time. I just listened as the woman on my right shared and encouraged the woman across from me. And I was able to tell that woman what an amazing gift she has for encouragement. And then in a second pod, there was a woman who was feeling really overwhelmed with the uncertainty of her sentencing. And this often happens with the women in the jail because they don't know what they're going to be sentenced for, if they're going to be going to prison. And a woman who's been coming for probably 8 months and is a real veteran in our Bible studies, she turned to that woman who was feeling kind of tremulous about not knowing what was going to happen to her and said, "You need to be like Thomas and ask for what you need." And so we had then a time of speaking out, each of the women, what do you need? And this woman, said, "I need to know what my timeline is here." Another woman said, "I need forgiveness for the things that she regrets." Another woman said that she needed peace. Another woman said that she needed freedom. And it was such a privilege for me to bear witness to the way they were encouraging each other and naming what they needed, just like Thomas named that he needed to see and touch the wounds to believe. So thank you for being a part of Tierra Nueva's jail ministry. And if you'd like to get more updates about what we're doing and how you can be praying, click on the button below. Thanks.